Dude,
GM.
it is so chilly in my house right now. I had to turn the fan off. Euros in absolute disbelief. I was living like a Euro poor for the last week with no AC, and my God, I don't know how they do it. The humidity is what gets to me. I have
Well, they stay
hyperhidrosis,
outside.
so I
They
just
stay
fucking,
outside.
dude. Even being outside, you're just fucking, scorching. Like I sit outside just to get sun rays and get my good vibes for the day, and it gets fucking humid, dude. I can't imagine then walking inside to a box that's even more humid because there's no proper temperature regulation. So,
Well, talk to me about these markets.
well, ETH went for it yesterday and today, and now it is king of getting cucked. So it tries to break out and it just can't. But it brought Kobe back. Kobe said he wasn't tweeting again until ETH hit 4K, and now he's back. So the road to 4K was the tough path. The road to 10K.
But why do we have to do it on a Friday?
They love the weekend shenanigans.
Why on a Friday? That's the question. Why not any other day?
They like to pump the markets on the weekends. It's
Well,
Eric
that's what
Trump.
they did last week. I think it was last week, right? I think it was, yeah.
It's
Or
Eric
2
Trump.
weekends
We'll
ago.
blame him.
Yeah, that they just they not manipulate, but they move the market. Well, last weekend we saw a dip. 2 weekends before that we saw a pump. A week before that we saw a pump. So they like to do this crazy
Re-rating on the
moves over the
weekend.
weekend and then retrace it throughout the week.
Let's see here.
What do we hit? Like 14, or sorry, 40, 40, 19, 4K. Yeah, wow. But Bitcoin's nuking. Not great. You want to talk about this Apple news or this semiconductor news in general?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, no tariff to US based semiconductor plant producers, which means that, as you were saying off screen, Apple, uh, TCMC,
Samsung,
Samsung.
Texas Instruments, all those guys.
Let's see.
But then now they're trying to say that there's going to be 100% tariff on chips and semiconductors not made in America. So, you still have plants around the world that are manufacturing for different markets. But if you have a plant in America, this isn't new though, right? This is just now getting signed in or whatever. They've been saying that from the beginning. If you're going to manufacture in America, it's going to be zero. So Apple announced 100 billion investment into U.S. manufacturing. Samsung already has a plant in Texas. TMSC has a plant in where is it? It's not Texas, it's Arizona. So now they're starting to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. Some other companies putting a plant in Indiana.
Really?
So, yep, somebody said Indiana. SK Hinks, HYNIX, has plans to build an advanced packaging, chip plant, and research and development facility for AI products in Indiana. South Korea's SK Hinks, HYNIX.
I'm getting cooked with it. Jamie pulled that shit up real fast. In West
Look at that.
Lafayette, located on the Purdue Research Park campus. Okay, I was going to say that sounds familiar.
So chips are back. Chips are pumping. Tech is pumping. Everything's green besides crypto.
Well, unless you're E.
But it's not like we didn't know this. This was known. It's just now getting, the spotlight again.
Did you see Roman Storm was found guilty on money transmission charges?
Not great.
Tornado Cash guy.
Not great.
Yep. Split verdict in the criminal trial of Roman Storm, finding Tornado Cash co-founder guilty of conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmission business. Unable to reach a verdict on conspiracy to commit money laundering and conspiracy to evade sanctions. Money transmission charge carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. So he at least was not found guilty on the ones facing the larger time penalties, but still sucks. Hopefully they can work something out where he's not serving that max 5 years. Basically says that any person who creates tool that somebody else uses is responsible for a third party's account. Yeah, that's like the problem that I have with the verdict, right? Like that, like they're it's just saying like if you build something and someone uses it for bad, you could be in trouble. If you write software that people use for bad. Do we lose him?
Yeah. I'm trying to read it.
I got you now. You're back.
Trying to read it.
You see this?
I think it's because I'm in the browser. I think that's.
Liquid staking tokens are not securities like stocks and bonds.
Yeah, what's up with all this new securities news too? It seems like they came to a verdict that like 80% of the stuff aren't securities.
Yep.
So
Lido
all
is
liquid
the
staking.
dominant liquid staking protocol. As of Tuesday, it accounts for half the liquid staking market with more than 31.6 billion in deposits, and are no longer considered or being classified as a security. Well, never was, but there was ambiguity about whether or not it would be. Let's see.
So we're gonna get liquid staking again back in the States.
I'm thinking we're going to get liquid staking back. See, the liquid staking provider does not decide whether, when, or how much of a depositor's crypto to stake, and is simply acting as an agent. So liquid staking tokens are not in themselves securities, according to the SEC, because the token is a mere receipt. SEC statement referred to liquid staking tokens as staking receipt tokens, borrowing a term used in the April 30th letter and a 2023 legal analysis from the staking advocacy group. Liquid staking tokens were initially referred to as liquid staking derivatives, but the industry slowly moved away from that term over fear the word derivative would trigger scrutiny from regulators that oversee financial derivatives. The SEC's guidance does not apply to restaking protocols such as EigenLayer, the agency said, nor does it apply to staking transactions in which the token confers the same rights as the traditional securities, including passive yield or the rights to a business, future income, profits, or assets. Most major blockchains run a proof of stake, relying on users to lock up cryptocurrency in exchange for a modest annual reward. That process of staking, providing network security and helps determine blah, blah, blah. Liquid staking makes the process easy by staking the required current currency on users' behalf, and it gives you, a liquid token to move that around. Well, so that's pretty cool. Sorry about that. Here we go. New tariff on Asian ASIC imports warns 21.6% levies could slow hardware deployment on rate. Yeah, I mean, this is what we were talking about. Fucking, they're going to start building all that shit in the US.
Yeah, it's just not fast, right? Like you have to make the commitment, and if you make the commitment, then you get the benefit, right? But it's not, you can't build a factory in a week, right? So a lot of these guys are starting, small and then scaling in. What's up with the push to 4K? There was a lot of options activity going on this morning.
It was written.
4K. It was written on the walls.
Well, dude, look now people are positioning themselves for 6K, 7K, 5K.
Yeah, I saw 5K, a bunch of 5Ks coming today.
They believe. They read that I'm trying to think what report it was. They read the Belief report.
The 80K.
80K.
Well, finally, right? It's been a long time that we've been waiting for 4K. I mean, in April it was over, right? It was 1400.
Now I found it. I couldn't find anything clear that was saying the 100% thing. Now I see it from today.
It's a Reuters article.
On Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Will impose 100% tariff on semiconductors. It's a fucking madman.
Yeah, it will be lower than that, right? But it's just forcing people to come back into America and build in America. The problem is all the specialty equipment and stuff, right? And getting the factory up and running. It's not fast. But it was more, did you pledge to build a factory here and did you start, laying the groundwork, then you get exempt.
Did you see
an app?
Fucking, I know
No, what happened?
Shit about them, but you see they landed a deal with Stripe.
For what?
Stablecoin.
What's the name?
MMUSD.
Makes sense.
Says an Iran governance post revealed the MetaMask is launching a native dollar peg stablecoin in partnership with fintech stalwart Stripe. Stablecoin called MMUSD is expected to become the primary trading pair for the wallet provider suite of services. The crazy thing to me is like, I don't know very many people. I do still know some people that use MetaMask. Every once in a while, I'll ask someone for an address and they'll send it to me, and they will like, maybe they're just used to doing this, but they'll tell me that it's MetaMask. and so I know there's still users, but like the general crypto public doesn't use their suite of tools at all. Like I'm really curious who their customer and user base is nowadays.
Well, what do they have? They have swap, deposit, send. What else do they have?
Liquid staking.
That's native.
I haven't opened up. I removed it like from my browser tabs. I don't even know like what they've done with it now. The last time that I used it, I think you could swap and stake from within the wallet, and obviously use it on different networks. Create multi-wallets, connect with the hardware wallet, but it was clunky. And the thing is that like there wasn't a fluid like UX to it, which is why I went and started using other stuff.
Yeah, but why do we need 20 different stablecoins? Like why does MetaMask need one? Why does PayPal need one? Why does Ripple need one? Why do we need so many various ones?
I think everyone will have their own. Like it's like why don't the same reason that PlayStation makes you buy PlayStation credits to spend on their platform is to lock you into their network, their ecosystem. Most people don't just buy.
Yeah, but there is no ecosystem. Like
well,
even
that's
like
my point about MetaMask,
yeah.
right? Like yeah. I'm truly wondering who that user group is, because I don't know of them existing really anymore. I know of a few scattered users here and there that maybe like just use it as a wallet. But who's using the ecosystem of products to where like they want or need, or they're going to get usage out of a stablecoin?
No, it's like the Aave stablecoin Ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody uses it.
Well, nobody uses it because they have markets for every other stablecoin. And if they didn't, then they would just lose that volume to somewhere else, or lose that TVL to somewhere else. So it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, but like that's what I mean. Like, oh, they have an ecosystem. They have a thing, and nobody cares. they have their own stable coin and nobody really cares at the end of the day. Nobody uses it. So that's what I mean. I would be interested to see PayPal USD too, their volume.
Yeah, I would be too. What can you do with PayPal USD?
That's the thing. Like, where does it connect? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, where is it? What other ecosystem does it plug into? Can you swap it somewhere? Like, or is it just inside PayPal?
962 million stablecoins, almost $1 billion in PayPal USD.
Jesus.
Robinhood talking about launching his own.
Okay.
I think it makes sense for an exchange to have its own, but
Well, sure. If you're selling it different assets, you know, stocks or crypto or whatever, you can just sell it right into their native
and that's what I meant
stable.
about Aave.
Sure.
Like if they went live with their own stablecoin in the beginning, things might have been a bit different. But given that they went live and they immediately were just like catering to the stable coins that existed, they garnered a lot of their like really sticky TVL from those types of deposits, from USDC, USDT deposits. So it's hard to then build your own market after that when you're like, when what you needed was the injection in the beginning.
Yeah, Go token GHO.
Yeah.
I mean, total borrowed 153 million, available to borrow 180 million. Yeah, they're getting more usage than they were last time I looked at it. But $1 billion in PayPal, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Lot of PayPal USD usage. What else we got going on? Yeah, it's stablecoins are dominating crypto payrolls. Pantera survey finds 90% of crypto salaries paid in 2024 used USDC or USDT, with crypto wage adoption at 9.6%.
Oh, I agree. Oh, here you go. Coinbase to add DEX trading to the Coinbase app, allowing users to trade millions of assets on Base. So, Coinbase is your access to DeFi.
9.6% of people in the industry. I'm surprised that more people in the industry aren't paid in crypto. Like my first job that I had in crypto with the crypto company, I took it. One of the allures to it was that they paid in Bitcoin. So it was like, get paid in BTC. And they had a company that handle your taxes for you. So like you got W-2, they took care of your taxes. It made it super easy.
They're saying 9% of people that work in the crypto industry are paid in crypto.
In
That's what it says.
Last year, 9.6% were. Where is it at? Yeah, somewhere up here. I saw it. Yeah, right here. End of 2024, 9.6%. Only 3% in 2023. It just seems so odd to me because every like company I worked for before I was working with the protocol was paying in crypto. Granted, some were stable coins. But it's still like for it to only be 3% in 2023 just makes me feel like I was in a really, really weird, like small niche bubble because everyone I knew was being paid who worked in the industry in crypto.
Yeah, I wonder how many people they polled, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they polled 1,000 people. Okay, sure, whatever. So what's next? What's next for ETH?
Well, we were looking at it. Next is here. Then is here. Then is here before we add an extra zero, according to the Etherealize report.
That was a good one. It just scares me that it's a Friday. Come on, guys, do this on a Monday, Tuesday. Get the ETF follow through. Let me pull up the ETF stuff. in the last month.
Yeah, pull that shit up, Jamie.
4.6 billion inflows into ETH and 3.8, 3.9 into Bitcoin in the last month. So ETH is the talk of the town this month. ETH inflows are more than Bitcoin inflows this month.
Send me the link. Let me pull that shit up, Jamie.
It's right there. Just go to on the top on Velo, the drop down,
Yep.
and then TradFi, and then bottom right, that red and green one
Yep.
on the bottom right, and then just do 1 month instead of 3 months. And then you can toggle at the top Bitcoin ETH at the very, very top. Right under Velo. No, under Velo. Yeah. So 4 point something and Bitcoin is 3 point something, 3.8. Overall Bitcoin has way, way, way more inflows, but we're just looking at this month.
Last month, yeah. Over 1 billion more. With Soldana.
Nothing. Yeah. Just has the futures and the open interest. But the basis was high, dude. The basis was
one day.
The basis was like 30 something percent for like 1 day.
I met a guy the other day who is been putting on his own little basis trade scheme, looking to build something out of it. It's kind of cool. He's really young.
What was it, like automated basis trade?
Yeah, that just him and one of his buddies were running a really small thing, and they wanted to talk about how different ways they could scale it, because they're kind of newer to crypto. They're just like some math guys, and heard about Solana, so they started a little basis trade, pretty much using some different Solana venues. So I was chatting with them yesterday or 2 days ago about scaling. But it was cool because most of the people I meet around that age, the only thing they do is sling shitcoins. And no, these kids they definitely trade shitcoins and they're in the trenches, but their focus was more on strategy building. So I thought it was kind of cool.
But you have this, right? Like, is anybody doing like automated basis trade? Like, I guess
No, that's what I
Athena's
said to him.
basically
I said, there have been obviously there's Athena, that's the biggest, protocol that's running a type of basis strategy.
Yeah,
And
but that's
then,
funding. That's not using futures, right? That's just
yeah.
using
Well, exactly.
perps.
And that's what I explained to him. And then there was another one that was, a more deck centric, I guess you could say, version of Athena. But I explained to him that nobody was doing it that I know of with perps. And, he should think about ways to, not just scale their operation, but scale that into something that, people can use. If you can turn that into a product that other people can, deposit into, you might have something, because I haven't seen anything like that yet. But you want to scale.
Yeah, it's always with perps. I've never seen somebody do it with dated futures. I mean, maybe because to do CME is like super TradFi, right? Maybe there's no like correlation into DeFi yet. Like where a user just deposits and you can get, CME yields. You could do it on some of the SEX exchanges, right? But I don't think that there's dated futures in DeFi. It's not really a thing anymore. Dated futures don't trade that much anyways, but compared to perps.
Yeah.
But you could do like Athena of dated futures. I guess the problem is liquidity, right? Perps, you have so much more liquidity. If Athena was like 20% or something of total OI at one point, right? And no problem getting in or out. But if you're 20% of dated futures volume, you're big time, right?
You think maybe as we start seeing everything come on chain, that probably will be something that happens over the next I don't know. I don't want to say year, probably 2 or 3.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and then if you have access to like CME on chain or through Coinbase or whatever, then you can make products out of that for sure.
They're putting everything on chain. That's what they said.
That's what I'm told.
The US wants to put the world on chain. Fink is putting, I've been saying this for the last year. Fink is going to put the world on ETH. Everyone laughed
He's
at me
trying.
until now.
He's trying. No, if there's a product for them to sell, they're going to go out and sell it. That's why he was out, heavy marketing the ETFs and stuff like that. They're making a bunch of money on that. And the inflows have just been insane.
I saw Trump signed a executive order to allow 401k plans to include digital assets. It's pretty interesting.
Alternative assets as a whole, right? Like venture, crypto, some other stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time, right? He said that he was going to do that. It's just now getting signed in. So we had a mega pump yesterday. I think that's part of the reason, like every dip that we've come is just instant. It's just like 1 day dip or 2 day dips. Like all of this positive news is still, behind us, still pushing us. It's just waiting to get signed in or, to start.
What else we got going on? Not much. Not much. I saw another. There were some. I don't know how much there is to talk about it, but there's some shit going on Mega where their leading perp kind of decks was like, we have a million users on testnet. We've grown up now. Like we're leaving the Mega Mafia. So I don't know if that means they're like going to Monad or they're like going somewhere else, or maybe they're just like, their own thing now. They're going to start funding it. They're pretty vague about it, but I've been interested. It's one of the few new networks that I'm kind of interested to see go live, given its, I don't know, its promise of speed and high throughput.
What's the name of the DEX? They were just on testnet and then now they're moving to a different network, or
Let me find.
they're leaving
It's like
Mega ETH?
TBD or something. Yeah.
Why would they leave if it's not even on mainnet yet?
Bruh.
When is the mainnet for Monad and Mega ETH?
I do not know, dude.
There was like a huge hype around it a few months ago, and now I haven't heard much
BTE, that's
besides
what
from
it
you.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so they raised 50 million in a Series A from Paradigm. So they're not leaving Mega. It seems like they are just out of their, kind of incubation stage. They've gotten to a point where they could raise some serious money. So on that note, no drama. Mega seems to be doing really well incubating projects because they had another project. It's another derivative trading app called Euphoria that just raised $7.5 million from the Caritage led round.
But when is mainnet, dude? You're in the trenches. We need to know. Spill the alpha.
I don't know. I'll have to bother. I'll have to keep pinging them. When mainnet.
Every day.
But you can go and use these apps right now on their testnet.
Yeah, they're live or testnet live.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check it out. Go play with it.
Yeah, check it out this weekend.
See what we got. All right, price predictions for Monday. Above or
Monday?
below 4K?
Below, and then we're gonna run it back up.
with the ETF flows.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. I like that. I'll stick with that. Below, run it up with the ETF.
It's only right.
All right, see you fellas on Monday.
Yep. Catch you later. Enjoy your weekend,
Later.
boys.